So my name is Carissa Lee. I'm originally from Alabama. I got my undergraduate degree from Manhattan School of Music with Linda Chessis. I just graduated with my master's at Bowling Green State University with Dr. Connor Nelson, and I'll be starting my doctorate degree in the fall. And I'm really excited to play for you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, do you want me to just start playing, or would you like to speak?
No, we will speak about the piece later, and so maybe it's good to start with music.
Okay.
Okay, so we start with the first movement, eh?
Okay.
Great. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay, okay, okay. Bravo, bravo. So we will speak a little bit about the piece. I think uh, first of all, you should not be anxious to change some articulations. You
Okay.
know, you play exactly what is printed in this
Sure.
music. You can change some articulations that maybe would be more convenient for you.
Okay.
You know, it's not Goldberg variations or Beethoven sonata or you know, you can change a lot of things in this music. Uh, Also, you can maybe move a little bit more. And you know, I have premiered this piece in 1985. It was written for a Belgian guitarist, Guy Lukowski, and for me. And we premiered it, and we recorded it also on a first recording where Piazzolla played himself. So we had also some advice about the piece. We
Okay.
received a piece like you know,
Mm.
and he liked very much uh, always to change things.
Okay.
So the name of the first movement, you know, it's a Bordel 1900. You know what it means because the tango started in these very bad places in Buenos Aires, end of 19th century, around 1885, 1890, 1900. And there was in Argentina at that time a very big immigration of musicians from Central Europe, good musicians who immigrated because of the economic situation was very difficult in Europe. So he explained to me, Astor Piazzolla, I played it like you. And he said, no, you should not play it like that. The
Okay.
beginning is the whistle of the police who
Oh.
comes to evacuate the place.
Oh wow.
So you should play. This is the whistle, and then, huh?
Okay.
Okay, it's not in the
Okay.
music, but I assure you, it's what he wanted.
Sure.
Okay,
Okay.
so para pa pa, you know, this little ball in the, that rolls in the
Hmm.
whistle. So maybe Flatterzunge is not bad to imitate this.
Okay.
Eh? And you can really play. Well, I don't know because we are on Zoom or Skype. Sometimes it's a little frustrating about the sound, but be well extreme in the pianos, in the fortes, in the accent. And
Okay.
also, if you want to have this sound of the whistle, we should make a forte piano on the mi. On the you say A B C D, not the re mi fa sol. So
Sure.
on the E, you forte piano. Okay? Can we try
Okay.
this?
Yes.
Yes, and maybe you did great job. Hey,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
I would slur this after. I would change it, you know. If you play staccato, it's too classical, you know.
Okay. Yes.
It's too classical.
Okay.
So slur D flat to D sharp to F sharp, and after D natural to C sharp. Yeah, and maybe also great. It sounds great.
Okay.
Also this slur this
Oh,
is better.
okay.
The rest is fine.
Okay.
We do it the last time.
Okay.
So, and you know, and it's important also when I, of course, I speak to you, but also to the, I hope to the other people who are listening. Uh, um, I think it's important in your when you play a concert or so.
It is.
Sorry, it's important to
A lovely flute.
it's very important also to explain something to the public. And this is a good occasion, you know, to explain the whistle, you know, in the beginning. Before you
Sure.
play, you can explain this, you know. I think the
Mm.
people will really appreciate it. And the fact that you explain this little anecdote, they will listen, they will be more your friends, you know. You will cut this barrier that is between the performer and the public, and also it will be more interesting for them because they have this little story about the whistle, etc.
Right.
Okay?
Right. Right.
Please. We
Okay.
last time and we continue.
Okay. Uh,
No, it's okay, it's okay, it doesn't matter.
okay.
Okay? Yeah, you see also you cannot slow down too much.
Okay.
You know, if you always slow down too much, it will, you know, in French we say couper des rondelles de saucisson. We will cut the sausage too much in little pieces. Keep
Okay.
it, you know,
Okay.
keep the thing. You have always, when you play something, put yourself also in the position of the audience, that you
Okay.
have to keep the attention from the
Okay.
beginning until the last note of the piece or the concert. This is very important. So if you
Okay.
start to slow down too much you will lose the attention. We
Okay.
have many other places later to slow down. We will arrive there. Okay?
Okay.
So don't slow down too much. Huh?
Okay.
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 Okay, in the beginning you will practice, I understood.
I will fix it. Yes.
Yeah, great. You play C, you play C natural there? This? I think you
It's
play
marked
C
in my
sharp,
music
huh?
as I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and you see, you can slur some things, huh? And I think it's very important when you play, okay, when you play a piece like this in A major or so, practice before your scale.
Okay.
This. Huh? Well, okay, the same place. La do mi la sol si. It's bar 9, I think. No, later. This.
Uh, okay.
One thing. One thing. You slow down at the end. When you do this, you slow down.
Okay.
There you should not.
Okay.
It's the last. Surely not there. You should because you will breathe also after. And if you slow down, already it will take a lot of time. You will cut
Okay.
completely the drive in the piece if you do this.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Simply.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, it's better, huh? It was good.
Yes.
Better.
Okay. Okay.
Do you feel better?
I do. The
So,
energy.
you see, before a breathing in a quick movement like that, if you slow down, you are dead.
Okay.
And it's a tira papari papari, huh? And quickly breath, tira papari papari, ari papira papipira pipira pipira. It's like, oh, what happens? You know, you're
Okay.
afraid. Okay?
Okay.
It was better.
Okay.
Okay, we continue.
Okay. Um.
You have to work your E major scale. You can
Okay.
slur, huh? You can slur the la.
Oh. Oh.
You can slur it until the la.
Okay.
No, no. And short, with an accent and short. Yeah, and not too long, not too long. Yes?
Okay.
We continue? It's better already. Okay.
Okay.
We continue now because we have a lot of things to see. Come on.
Sure. Okay.
You see, I would slur this. Huh? And you see, I keep the last note before the breathing, not because if you play, it cuts your phrase.
Sure.
Okay?
Okay. Did you want me to slur that, or is it okay if
Well,
I?
fine, but
Okay.
don't play the last note not too short. And you know,
Okay.
I think, of course, it's Zoom sound, but I think you don't use enough air to play. When you
Okay.
breathe, I think when you breathe, I feel that it is a little closed. You
Okay.
don't take enough air. You
Okay.
don't have to use all this air, but you have to take a lot of air.
Okay.
You know, and I don't feel and also if you want to do different colors in your song,
Mhm.
it's what I miss a little bit in your playing.
Okay.
I didn't tell you until now, but I think it's very important for you. I'm sure I'm not the first one to tell it to you. You should try to play with more different colors in your song.
Okay.
It's a little bit too much always the same. And for this also, one thing that can help you is to put air in the mouth. There is not enough air in the mouth. And a little trick also, I think, relax embouchure. I put air in the mouth and I push down with my left hand a little bit of flute. It's a little bit, 45 degrees, like this. It helps a lot, but you should keep open. And it's very important also to have colors and this on the flute. It is very important. Every vertical movement, you know, this is good. Every horizontal movement kills the song.
Mhm.
The embouchure is too tight. It's not round enough. You should meditate a little bit on this.
Okay.
But of course, to do this, you need reading is a joy in life. It's a lot of strength and a joy. It's the best thing. That's why flutists we are superior to any race. Only the flutists because we take a lot of air. You feel more comfortable. Come on, we try slowly.
Okay.
Play me for me slowly. This. As exercise.
Okay.
While you do this, you push a little bit, relax. Not bad. not a better feeling
For sure.
to play like that
For sure.
than to be half empty, you know?
For sure.
I think it's very important. And I say always to my students, if you practice something slowly, also in a more classical thing than this, I ask them always to practice low, not piano. You know, you can go back from low to piano and pianissimo. But when you practice even something technically, you have to know until where you can go on the flute. Always just before saturation. You understand?
Mm.
So in tempo it's the same. You know, and always I'm flexible with the embouchure, you know. I don't have this feeling enough. I had it when you practice slowly, these two bars.
Okay.
Fine, we continue.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better. And of course, I want you also when you will play in tempo to play a little quicker.
Okay.
Slow. It's too slow. We continue.
Okay.
We continue.
Okay.
Yes, it's again the same. This is the whole beginning is one thing with the whistle and etc. And the tango rhythm is 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 pa ya pa pa. But now we go in something else. He asked us when we played it the first time for him for Piazzolla, this whole section to play slower and to move. I will play it for you. So you
Okay.
start slow, 1 2 3 4 bars, and then you go quicker, quicker, and then again slower, and then again quicker. You know, of course, with your guitarist, you have to rehearse a little bit, but you know, you come, it's. And then you catch up the tempo. And speak in the flute. You see? And then you
Okay.
catch up. So you start slow. You know, and when you are in a minor scale, especially, change the song, and then
Okay.
you're again in a major scale. So go to the tempo. Again, minor. You can do this. Huh?
Okay.
Because otherwise, and then again, everything that comes later is in tempo until the end.
Okay.
So this little passage with rubato and so will be most welcome for everybody.
Okay.
Okay? We try?
Okay.
Yes, yes, and don't go too quick. And also, tempo. Okay, we continue a little bit and then we go to the second movement, then because we have only an hour. Okay, a
Okay.
little bit. I want a little bit to hear what follows.
Okay.
You see, listen, you can play dirty there, you know?
Okay.
The
Okay.
beginning is this. It's one thing, and then you have this. And here, you see, sometimes you
Okay.
can also play dirty. Eh?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, we'll see a little bit the second movement, the
Okay.
cafe. It's very important for you. I think, of course, I don't hear you live with here on, but I think it's very important that your flute is connected to your voice. You know, a flute song is not only beautiful and French style and always the same. It's it's like a human voice. It's like singing. It's like speaking. Every person has his own color of voice. So your flute should have also his
Okay.
personal color. You know, it is sometimes difficult for young people to accept their voice, to accept that you are different than your neighbor or than somebody else. It's your right to be different. And it's good to be different. The world would be so boring if everybody would be the same.
Sure.
Okay? So be personal. And
Okay.
I want to hear the color of your voice in your flute playing.
Okay.
I miss this a little bit.
Okay.
Careful, eh? Okay. You got it. Nice.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Okay, great. Only the last D sharp, not too low. Eh?
Not too.
The pitch not too low.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, even in
Okay.
Piazzolla. Even in
Okay.
Piazzolla, make dirty song but play in tune. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Do you want me to do it again?
Yeah. And
Okay.
always in important thing. It was nice. You did color and nice. And always with direction.
Okay.
You know, vibrato is one thing. You can play with vibrato or without vibrato. It, it doesn't matter. But always in music, like in life, you go from one point to another, or from one epoch to another, or from, you know, you have always to go somewhere. And so I have to feel and you can go somewhere and then play piano, you know, because it's more surprise than if you play mi, re, do, si, you play mi, re, do.
Okay.
You see, there are many options, but
Okay.
you should go somewhere. So, okay, sorry, F sharp.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
but it was nice.
Okay. Oh, I can't hear you. I, can you hear me? Yes.
Can you hear us, Mark?
Oh no.
It does not show him as muted, so I'm not sure.
A little bit.
I'm sending him some chats to read so we can fix
Sure.
it.
Very clear.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
Yes?
Yes.
Maybe it's the Wi-Fi or something like that.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. What I say? Yes. No. Don't stop that. You hear?
Okay. Okay.
Go. Don't hear me.
Oh, you're going in and out.
I
But
think we might have to change the settings we changed this morning again. Going in.
I know. That's why I don't use it.
Understandable.
If you go into audio settings and then the advanced, and then make sure the suppress persistent background noise and suppress intermittent background noise are disabled, like we did earlier. Do you see those?
Parameter audio.
Yes.
What I have to do?
So you'll go to the audio settings and the advanced audio settings, and then turn the suppress persistent background noise and suppress intermittent background noise. Disable both of those again. I think it might have come undone somehow.
Works now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, we do there. We go there.
Okay.
Yes? It's very bad. The connection is very bad. I don't know why. You hear me well? I don't hear you anymore.
Ooh.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't hear you.
And now?
Yeah. And you hear me well?
Okay.
I can hear
Go
you, Mark.
in and out.
You're just a little fuzzy. It might just be a connection problem.
Yeah. No, there is really a connection problem.
Can you hear me?
Carissa, do you want to try turning your video off and playing? It's not ideal, but it might help with the sound quality, just helping with the network connection. Maybe try that.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Not so good.
Still a little fuzzy.
Yeah, it's not good. And you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you well, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to say. No, there is a problem. Yeah.
Carissa, could I have you actually just leave the call and try rejoining?
Okay. Okay.
See if
We
that-
can stay. We can stay. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Apologies for the difficulties, everyone. We have not
C'est la
had
vie.
so far.
C'est la vie. C'est la vie virtuelle.
Carissa's making her way back into the
I,
call.
I understand very well. So maybe I can continue. The people are still listening. I can continue a little bit to explain something if you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, definitely.
So she played very well you know, this, from what I could hear, she played well the quicker passage, you know. It was all very nice. Then it goes back again. Then we have this passage. I think it's a little bit the cheap part of the café. We should try not to be too cheap in this little passage. I think this is very important. We should stay noble. And then, okay, that's fine. Then comes the next part. He's not back.
She is not back at this moment.
Okay. The audience can still hear me or not?
Yep, your sound sounds very good.
Okay, so then we have again, you know, when it comes back, then we have the da capo. I think it's very nice because it's very long, this movement. When the da capo comes, this thing, I think it's nice to play an octave higher and different. When we have this in the da capo, it's not nice, I think, to play 2 times soft like we did in the beginning. The second time, we can really take it very differently. You know, and change suddenly. It should be completely different than the first time. Huh? He's not back yet.
She is rejoining right now, I believe. So we'll try that in 1 second. Cross our fingers here.
Yeah. And always play with a lot of rubato. Always slow, really quicker, slower. Always play with a lot of rubato in this music to keep the thing alive. He's not back yet.
Hi, Carissa. How is it? How's your connection working?
It's hi, can you hear me?
It's still a little fuzzy. Let's have Marc continue for everyone, and I will chat with you on this.
So what I was explaining, second time, when the da capo comes, really play octave higher and much more flexible and quicker, you know? Where are we there? That's the same, then we have the little coda. Don't lose too much time in the coda. So don't start too early the rallentando. Really, the real rallentando, the two last bars is enough. So let's continue with Nightclub, 1960. Of course, the beginning, the flute is more accompanying the guitar in this. Be gentle in this. And then you take the theme. And there you can think in two, not in four anymore. So not in four, it will be very boring. And of course, there it will change and slow down again. Then I continue. She's not back yet. You can do this, huh? Very sad. Let's be sad. Ah, she's back.
She is back.
Ah, nice.
Try one more time, Coreisa, and see if we can hear you.
I'm sorry for you, Coreisa.
I know, sometimes it's just out of our control.
Me?
It's okay?
Can we try, say one more time?
Hi, can you hear me?
It is still pretty fuzzy. Just
not so good, huh?
right. I will message you. Just
Yes?
interrupt.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's clean.
Hello?
Okay, I will continue a little bit to play. So we write on this, huh? Yes? Not? No, I don't hear her. Ah?
Hmm.
Ah? Can you speak? No, I don't hear you.
No.
No.
Well, I think unfortunately this may be how our class continues for the time.
No, what you know what I propose to her, if she wants, in the coming days, she can contact me by messenger, and by Skype I can continue to give her a lesson with pleasure in private for the next movements. Okay?
That would be great.
Yeah.
Carissa, while you're still on the call, are there any questions you want to type in the chat to ask, since the just audio feature isn't working so well? Any questions you want to type out for Mark? Ooh, I think she might be frozen.
Is there maybe other people?
I think she might be frozen. We did have one question. Someone would like to know what edition or version you play for, or play of, and recommend playing for this piece.
It's the manuscript.
Ah.
Because we received it in '85 before it was published by Lemoine. So I kept it always in a sentimental way. I kept to play on the written music. We had a copy of we had not the original, we had a photocopy of the original of Piazzolla. So even on my iPad, because I play my concert on my iPad with air turn and so, but even on my iPad, I scan the written thing. So voila, I like to play on it. It's a lot of memories, and it is nice. I think that the important thing is not to play this music like Jacques Ibert or Dutilleux, or like something too classical, you know. It's another world, and the four movements should be also very different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And ask always, if you play with guitar, guitarists, they like to make beautiful songs, but sometimes I love guitar, that's clear, but sometimes they live in a world with a small sound. And it's very important in this piece that you have a lot of, we miss bass notes, the bass, and les basses. And it's very important for them always ask that they play low. Even they sacrifice a little bit sometimes some quality of overtone, and so it's important that they play low. Very important. I play it now since a few years, a lot with accordion. You can find it with me on YouTube. It's the complete version with accordion. It's nice because I think the accordion is more close to the bandoneon in the sound, and it goes somewhere more close to the tango than the guitar somewhere. And it's a nice combination. And of course, it has a big range and a big volume in the sound. So I can only recommend it. I have a fantastic accordion player, Christophe Delpoc, with who I did many recordings. We play also double concerto from Piazzolla, and it really works well.
And I think so far, any of the comments just say they'd love to hear you keep just talking and
Okay.
sharing
So,
knowledge, and especially about the fourth movement too.
yeah, so the fourth movement, you have to know that Piazzolla wanted to study. He was already playing a lot, you know, bandoneon with his quintet. He started and he wanted to Paris to study with Nadia Boulanger, who was a famous teacher, many composers. She had a fantastic composition class in Paris, and Piazzolla attended her class, and he wanted to, in fact, to compose more contemporary music. And Piazzolla was very clever, and so she she said to Piazzolla, yes, but which music do you play? And he said, I play tango, etc. And she said, why don't you not try to make a new tango, a new style? And she was very, you know, she predicted the future because the tango nuevo, and so he went in this direction very happily for us. So the fourth movement also, don't play too clean, you know, it has to be very violent. It's called Concert of Today, and maybe it's the one movement that is maybe more different from the music from Piazzolla, and something that like the music that maybe he would have wanted to compose.
And we have another question from Melissa, who would like to know about the first movement. She said she's heard a few different approaches to changes in measures 35 and 39.
Let me have a look.
Time, and what techniques you would recommend for that recap.
35. For the, I think I would do this. I don't, I play. I play the scale, you know, but I do it really as late as possible, because you come from this. I think it's my idea about it. I think it's the thing that works the best. If you start to do something very intellectual, you know, and different, I think it's not appropriated with all the rest of this movement. Is my answer clear for Melissa?
Yes, great. And Susan wanted to clarify what you meant by having the guitar low.
Loud, not low, loud. Loud, I say. It's very important, the guitar, especially the bass notes in the guitar, it should play really low. Otherwise, yes, we need volume in the guitar. Otherwise, it's always a problem. So push him extreme or her extreme to play more. Also, what I said, play sometimes very clean, sometimes dirty, sometimes with many accents. Don't be afraid to change some articulations, you know, that are more convenient. It has been edited like that, but Piazzolla was a person who let you have a lot of freedom in the articulation. Like, in fact, Johann Sebastian Bach or Telemann or all the Baroque music lets you also, and generally they didn't put many slurs on the music. You have to do it with good taste to help, you know, the discours, your discours, to help what you want to say, because this is the purpose, in fact, is to have a message and to do that the public understands your message. So the articulation, that's which you can help for that.
Great. Well, are there any additional questions from the group, whether you're on the Zoom or on Facebook, while we have this time to answer them? Or any additional advice on the last couple movements we didn't get to spend too much time on?
But I say on the, yes, one thing maybe important. Nice to change this. Like in the nightclub, really in the end, when you have this, I think it's nice to play the 3 octaves and not to play what is written. You know, you start low. I think if I take this, and I think there it's better to continue to go down and to arrive low, and you can make, and then play high E.
Mm-hmm.
The fingering like this. 2, 3, 2, 3. I think this is very effective. And the same in the last one. When you're finished, the same for the last note. The same in the fourth movement. I would for sure do it. And when you have this, don't play. You can do it. You can play not too clean in all these passages. And the same, there is one place in the last movement where you can also slow down, because otherwise it's always the same, you know. They will sleep and get tired of it, the public. It's, if I take 43, there you can slow down. There is a mistake. It's not. There is a mistake in 48. It's not G and D sharp. It's B and F sharp. It's really a mistake. You know, it's important. So. Slow down. 49, 40, 50, slow down, and it will be also a nice little moment of countdown. And then you keep the tempo again. And then you take again the tempo. The rest is, everything is written, I think. You cannot change very much, but this is the place where you really can change the tempo there.
And we have gotten a couple more requests to just clarify that high E fingering that you recommended.
So, left hand, 2, 3, right hand, 3, and trill key. And some flutes, it works better with D sharp, and some flutes not. It depends on the flute. And if you want that it works, a little trick. Don't, don't listen to the intonation. It's so high. Play out. Don't play in. Because you will try to play inside because you are afraid that it will be too high, the pitch, the intonation. No, play out. If you cover, it will not come out. And push your diaphragm until your throat, give a lot of air, okay? Violent and short, T, ha, eh? And then you're sure.
Great. Well, I think that is our time for today.
Okay.
I would like to give a very special thank you to Marc for teaching this class and just sharing his abundance of knowledge on this piece with us. And a very special thank you also to Coreisa. Despite the technical problems, we were so happy to have you come play with us. And she actually volunteered to play all 4 movements after a family emergency at the last minute, and it's just amazing. So we are so grateful that she could play with us and play so beautifully. And thank you to everyone for hanging around while we had some technical problems. It's not always in our control, but I hope we could at least make the most of it and still get the most out of the rest of the class. So thank you, everyone.
And I love my Miyazawa, It's
We
great
do.
food. It's great
You
food.
sound fabulous on it.
It's really, I played many years. This is interesting. I played many years Brahman flute. I loved it, of course. But I start to play Miyazawa flute because I know very well Johannes Brugger. He died, but okay, I knew him very well. And when Miyazawa signed up the patent of the Brugger mechanic, his new Brugger mechanics with the, also with the beaky, he called me and he said, you should try the flutes and so. And so the people from Miyazawa came in Brussels to my home and I fell in love with the flutes directly. Also, the mechanism is more light than on some American flutes, And I have 2 exactly the same, I have 2 9-carat. I like 9-carat between gold and silver. I like it. It's I feel free also on the flutes. This is another very long discussion about heavy flutes, lighter flutes. This is another issue. But I have 2. They made exactly 2 the same flutes for me, and I think now it's 12 or 13 years that I play on it. I have been in the whole world with it. I never had any technical problems with this flute. I never had this before with any other flute. And I think also one thing, they are such a nice people, a nice family. I really appreciate it. It's not a cheap publicity for Miyazawa. It's not in my style to do this. I don't own anything to anybody. I'm a free person. But it's also somewhere a song between more sometimes heavy American sound of some flutes and the more European sound of some old French flutes. And I think it's a very nice compromise. And you can handle very well this flute in every day because we are professionals. We have to be always in good shape, but we are not. Some days it sounds better and some other days less. And this flute helps a lot. It's more easy. Life is more easy. Well, it's a little thing I wanted to say. And I play a head joint that they designed for me, an MZG, MZ11, a little bigger than the normal head joints that they make, and I like it very much. Voila.
Great. Well, for those of you joining us on for those of you on Facebook, we will be back in just a little while at 2 p.m. U.S. Central Time. And we will see you then, hopefully. All right. Let's see. We did get one more question. Arian would like to know what model your flute is specifically, which I believe if yours is 9K, is it the classic model from when you?
It's a BRH, it's inline, solder tone holes, no E mechanism, nothing.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, it would be closest to our Vision models currently out of the silver flutes with the soldered tone holes, but then it is part of the gold flute series. So just in case anyone else was curious.
And I like also flutes without, it may be interesting also for some flutist and students. I like the flutes, I think in line or not in line, it's a question of taste. Of course, the view is beautiful because the flute in line is some pure design, but okay, this is not the most important. But I like a flute without E mechanic because I like to cover many times in the right hands some notes, you know, on La, on E, B, C. I like to stabilize the flutes with 2 fingers, or also to lower the to have more pressure, to give more pressure, and to lower the pitch, and to have more flexibility. So it's some things that you cannot do with E mechanism when you close this hole, you know, because it closes the half of the G. Voilà. Yeah. It's a question of choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everything in life, you have to choose.
Well, thank you again, Marc, for teaching this class, and Coreisa for performing so beautifully. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.